Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run.
This is Megan with Believe in the Run.
Man, what do we got today?
Today we're talking about the New Balance FuelCell Pacer V2.
All right, so what's this shoe for?
Well, it used to be more of a trainer for those fast days, but now I think we can categorize this as a race day shoe. I'm thinking it's more for that 5K, 10K race, but I know people are probably gonna use it for up to the marathon.
Yeah, I still think the previous version was for the 5K, 10K, up-tempo runs, but this one really executes a lot better. As a matter of fact, we weren't really keen on the last version at all.
No, this one feels like a complete overhaul in the best way possible. So yeah, let's get into it.
All right, so really simple race upper. It looks familiar. You're gonna be like, oh, falls right in line with those other shoes like the SE Trainer, the Rebel, and the Elite. They all have a nice look to them. I really like the geometry and how they put these shoes together to kind of give you that seamless fuel cell look.
Yeah, the aesthetic of the shoe is really, really nice. Like Thomas was saying, this upper is super minimal. This tongue is like barely there. I thought that it fit really well, true to size. I did have some slight rubbing on my heel on the first time I took it out, which I went straight out of the box for a race, so didn't really have time to adjust the laces and get that right fit. So I had some rubbing, which caused some blisters, but once I figured out the lacing, I didn't have an issue after that.
Yeah, I didn't have any issues with the heel counter. I have heard other people complaining the similar thing that you've talked about. I don't know what's causing that, but because it feels like there's enough padding in here. There's light padding around the collar and the heel counter. Like Megan said, a very minimal tongue, very light, breathable upper. Fits sort of like a sock.
Yeah, so it's definitely one of those more snug fitting uppers, so it's not gonna be that super wide, deep forefoot, which I prefer when we're talking about race day. So it's more of that sock-like snug fit, which is great.
New Balance typically gives a lot of room in the toe box. This one is definitely more narrow, more dart-like. I like that. It fits my foot just fine. Coming down into the midsole, we've got the PEBA FuelCell foam here, and this is where it kind of, it's not as high stack as the Elite, but I still kind of feel like there might be enough in here for those runners who want to choose this for marathon.
Yeah, so like Thomas was saying, this is 100% PEBA FuelCell midsole. So that's the same stuff that you're gonna find in the Elite. It is 32.8 millimeters in the heel. And the reason they're very specific about that is normally these shoes are designed from a men's size 9 and then you work from that. This shoe was actually designed specifically for Emily Sisson. So that 32.8 millimeter heel is from her shoe size, and then they kind of designed the shoe from there.
What I liked about this shoe was not being a heel striker, I rely more on getting that cushion up front, and this still has a pretty decent size heel stack under the foot.
Yeah, 24.8, so it's an 8 millimeter drop. And I think also what's nice is there is a lot of rubber coverage specifically in the forefoot. So I think you get a little bit more of that bounce and protectiveness from that rubber on the outsole. And yeah, I agree with you. I normally will lean towards a very high stack, very cushioned shoe, but specifically for a shoe that you're trying to run fast, you're trying to get that leg turnover, I really liked this closer to the ground feel of this shoe. So yes, you still have plenty of foam underfoot, but I felt like you had a little bit more control and just a little bit closer to the ground feel.
Yeah, this definitely had more Vaporfly vibes to me than the Elite, which seems a lot more substantial, more cushioned. I actually think that you could probably go any distance you want in this shoe. So this might be an option for people who are very efficient or who are lighter on their feet. They may say, hey, this shoe has enough cushioning and it's lower weight than the Elite.
Yeah, so while we're on weights, my women's 7.5 came in just over 6 ounces, so 6.2 ounces.
My size 10.5 came in at 8.1 ounces or 230 grams, which isn't the lightest. It's not quite as light as the Vaporfly, but it's certainly at least 0.2 ounces lighter than the Elite.
Yeah, and the other thing to note here is it does have that full carbon fiber plate. So yeah, it's pretty much a really great Race shoe, I think I've really been enjoying it this summer when it's very warm for some of my workouts. So those 400s or those like faster paces where you're really trying to get the legs to turn over, I've been loving it for that. I raced a 5K in this shoe. It was not a great race, but I loved the shoe the whole time, so.
If this was a race day option, how much is it gonna set you back?
So this is 200 bucks, which is on the lower end if we're talking about race day shoes, but I think it's just a really great fast day trainer that I'm gonna keep using throughout the summer.
And Emily did use it for a marathon. We saw her take, was it an American record at Chicago last year?
Yeah, and rumor has it this will be on her feet maybe for Paris?
Would make sense.
Yeah. You giving it a green light?
I'm definitely giving it a green light.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this one a green light for sure. It's a light, very fast, fun shoe.
Yep. So go ahead and like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends about it. Also check out our podcast, The Drop and Fuel for the Soul. Subscribe to our email, which will give you all the deets on what's going on here at Believe in the Run, including our written reviews that are on the website, believeintherun.com. And if you're looking for a shoe and don't know that you have seen it on here on YouTube in one of our reviews, check out the website. It's probably over there.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it for me. It was in the heat.
Yeah.
And in the middle of your training, I think you did, what, 22 miles that day, and in the middle was a race?
No. Not even a little bit.
Okay. Scratch that.
Just went out for the race.
Megan sucks, and there's no excuse for it. Anyway.